Hello, my name is Nicole Pope, and I am a professional healthcare representative for Ludwig Pharmaceuticals. My company specializes in the research, development, marketing, and sales of drugs that treat central nervous system disorders. Today, my goal is to sell Sabril, which is an anti-seizure prescription medication used to treat epilepsy patients who have refractory complex seizures, or CPS for short. My sales territory include all of Northern Florida, and today I will be selling to Dr. Stephanie Cohen. Dr. Cohen is a diplomat in neurology and a part of the American Board of Psychiatry of Neurology. Dr. Cohen practices at Central Neurology at St. Petersburg, Florida, which is a doctor's office that specializes in nervous system disorders. Recently, Dr. Cohen has inquired an increase in patients suffering with refractory CPS. Dr. Cohen normally prescribes Benzyl for her epilepsy patients, but since Dr. Cohen's patients have already tried these epilepsy drugs with no success, she is looking for a better medication that can help lower the number of seizures her patients have. Dr. Cohen contacted other doctors that specialize in epilepsy who suggested my company Ludwig drug Sabril, and I received a phone call from Dr. Cohen, and I agreed to meet with her over lunch to discuss her interest in possibly adopting my company's drug Sabril in hopes that it will help treat this difficult form of epilepsy. My first handling objective is Compensate and Counterbalance, followed by my second headlining objective, Answer with a Question strategy. After using these two objectives, I will be closing with a special deal close. Hi, Dr. Cohen. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Hi.
Before we get started, I would just like to congratulate you. I just recently heard that you just had a new baby girl.
Yes, I did, Sophia.
Wow, what a beautiful name. Well, congratulations to you and your husband again. I'm sure you guys are going to make great parents.
Thank you so much.
Before we get started, I would just like to talk a little bit about my company and myself. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, please.
Great. Ludwig is an international pharmaceutical company that specializes in the research, development, marketing, and sales of drugs that treat central nervous system disorders. They have 110 national epilepsy sales representatives, and the U.S. headquarters is based out of Denmark, Illinois. The corporate home office is in Copenhagen, Denmark. Ludwig is owned by 30% private investors and 70% by the Ludwig Foundation, which is a nonprofit foundation. Not only is our company specialized in epilepsy, we also promote many different pharmaceuticals for the treatment of depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, Huntington's and Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's disease. Our total worldwide employees number reached about 55,000 in sales, research, management care, and other specialties. Our goal is to be the world leader in providing therapies for psychiatric and neurological disorders. As far as myself, I have worked for Ludwig Pharmaceuticals for about 10 years, and before that, I was a representative for a small doctor's office. I graduated from the University of Florida with a degree in healthcare management and a minor in sales and marketing. That's a little bit about myself and my company, but before we get started, do you have any questions? What are you actually looking for? Like, what are your concerns?
Well, recently I've had an increase in patients who are suffering from complex partial seizures. This is the most common form of epilepsy in patients who suffer from this disease. Are also considered refractory, which means it's difficult to treat. These patients normally experience about 50 to 1,200 seizures per week.
I understand that you normally prescribe Benzyl to your patients who suffer from epilepsy. Why is this not an option that you feel is right for these patients now?
Well, these patients have tried other medications in the past, but did not achieve the intended success. With refractory CPS patients, it's common for these patients to go through many treatments with little success.
I understand and I see your dilemma. And I believe that my company, Ludwig, has a drug called Sabril that I think would be the solution that you and your CPS patients are looking for. Would you be willing to hear what I have to say about our company's drug?
Yes, I am very interested in hearing about the potential drug that could help my patients who are suffering from this difficult disease.
Great. Well, to start off, Sabril is a great medication for patients aging from 2 years of age or older. Sabril can be used as an add-on therapy to help reduce the number of refractory complex seizures. The efficiency of Sabril in adults was established in 2 clinical trials, reviewed by the Food and Drug Administration. One, for children 10 to 16 years of age with refractory CPS, research looked at 2 studies, and it's described in the table below. As you can see, the patients who have taken Sabro have seen a reduction in the number of seizures they've experienced. In study 1, the average of complex partial seizures per month was reduced to about 8 to 4 seizures. In the second study, the average number of seizures the patients experienced was about 8 to 5. As you can see, that this was a dramatic difference in the amount of seizures that these people have experienced, and it really has improved their quality of life. What I really admire about our company specifically is that it promotes the real success stories of actual patients and their journey with CPS. After reviewing these benefits that Cerebral has, do you feel like this is a solution to your CPS patients?
I do like what I'm hearing, and by the looks of the data provided, Cerebral does appear to reduce the amount of seizures that patients have. Yet I have some objectives. I have checked with a couple different companies, and from the looks of it, your drug seems to be more expensive than others, and I'm worried my patients won't be able to afford it.
Yeah. So just to understand you correctly, so you're concerned that we are too expensive and that your patients won't be able to afford it?
Yes.
Well, that's definitely understandable. I understand where you're coming from. We are a name brand drug, so price is something to take in consideration. But we actually have a patient savings plan that allows patients to only pay $25 a month. For the patients that qualify and that are unable to pay, they can be a part of this patient assistance program. Because of this medication is affordable for all patients on any income bracket. So based on this addition to the other benefits, would you compare the facts that just because of the fact that we are a little bit more expensive, that we are still a valuable product?
From the looks of it, yes.
Great. Do you have any other objections regarding Sabro?
Yes, I'm concerned about the features of the drugs. Is it complicated or an inconvenient to the patient taking it?
So you're worried about whether this product would be an inconvenience to the patient when taking the medication?
Yes, many of my patients take a combination of drugs already for this disease. So with that being said, I would like to prescribe a medication that wouldn't make their already complex medication routine even harder.
I understand where you're coming from. Even though some epilepsy medications require the patients to take the medication numerous times a day, our medication has a long half-life and a good tolerability. The benefits of a long half-life means that patients only have to take this medication once a day. So does this help answer your questions concerning the features of Sabro?
Yes, it does.
Great. Well, just to review the benefits about how dramatically Sabro has reduced the seizures in patients with CPS, how affordable it is for any income bracket that a patient might have, and also how easy it is to take the medication, only once a day, so it's not a very complex routine. Sabro can be a worthy component in treating your patients who suffer from CPS. This drug is just affordable and it's safe, and it has already such a positive impact on your similar patients, such as the ones that you're dealing with. And do you have any other questions or concerns?
Well, now that we've reviewed these benefits and saw the positive impact that Sabro has had on other CPS patients, I can see that using Sabro is a better choice than the current drug that I have been prescribing.
Dr. Cohen, I'm so glad you feel this way. Do you have any other questions regarding Sabro?
No, I don't.
So just to review, your patient's health is mine and my company's main goal. And not to mention that our product has shown significant improvements in the decrease of seizures in patients with CPS. It is affordable, it's easy to administer for patients, but before you make your final decision to go with our prescription drug Sabro, I would like to throw in a special offer of free samples of Sabro so that you can distribute to your patients with CPS free of charge. Based on the positive responses from your patients that I'm sure will happen, I hope that you start to continue prescribing our medication instead of the former drug benzo that you've been doing in the past.
I hear what you have said about Sabro, and if I get positive reviews from my patients, then I will be more than happy to start long-term prescribing this medication to all my patients.
That's fantastic. I'm happy to hear this. Before we end, do you have any last questions or concerns?
No, thank you so much for informing me about Cebro and all the great benefits it has. I'm looking forward to working with the drug and seeing the positive results.
Well, it was a pleasure talking with you, and I hope you enjoy our new product and that you see the amazing benefit that Sabro has to offer. If you have any further questions or need to contact me, I left my information and my business card at the front desk.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.